I'm just a guy who loves Disney that has way too much time on his hands. If anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney. I'm File91e and welcome to my Disney News and Reviews. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Disney News and Reviews. I'm File91e and I apologize for missing last week, but I was sick and honestly I just didn't feel up to doing it. It was good that I had the couple days off because, well, it really helped me. And if you're not a part of the if you don't follow me on my File91e Facebook page, that's where I post all the updates and everything. If I'm not feeling good or something's changing to the show, I'll post it there. So if you're not a part of that, check the File91e Facebook page. Link is in the description box below. Happy 4th of July, belated 4th of July. It was a really good one for me. We just stayed in and relaxed, and I was sick for the majority of it. But I really got a chance to relax and chill out. I didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. Had some people come over and we just kind of sat and watched American movies, yeah, So I was really happy about that. You can probably still hear it. I still have some nasal stuff going on, but just all this stuff draining out of my head. How do you get a cold in the summer? I don't understand that. Everybody else at work seemingly had it, so it was inevitable that I was going to get it. The Where in the World from last times was the it was a fountain in the India section, right by the Kali River Rapids. It's a very, very cool little fountain. I tried to stump you again, but I think you guys were too smart for this one this time. So obviously, you all got it correct. Yeah, it was funny. I just want to say before we get into the show. I called Disney this past week to set up my reservations for food and whatnot, and apparently I'm still a little too early to do all that. I am officially, well, as of today, 77 days until my Disneyland trip, and I'm just letting you guys know I'm really starting to get excited about this. I'm really starting to plan things, having things come together, trying to figure out how I want to be doing some sound and video and stuff and all that, and I want to get a chance to meet some of you, which is going to be great. So I just hope everything works out, and I'm just excited about it. I'm just really excited. So yeah, that's it for me this week. Let's get right to the news. Now that the 4th of July festivities are done, videos from the events are up all over the place. Be sure to check some of them out. Epcot's Modified Illumination show is particularly pretty cool. You can check online here or www.magic.com. They do, they have a footage there. But check on YouTube. Just type in Illuminations 2014 4th of July, and they'll have it up there. There's a lot of people out there, taking footage now. It's so great. It's really, really good. Also revealed last week, as I was going to mention this last week, was the new Frozen Summer Fun festival and show and all that stuff that will last until September 1st in Disney's Hollywood Studios. I mentioned a couple weeks ago that they were, that there was a Frozen event coming up for the summer. That's strictly a summer thing for Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's just really cool that the fact that they're really capitalizing on this whole Frozen thing. They got all the characters out there. There's a motorcade, a parade, fireworks show. They even have an ice skating rink, that they built up in the Disney's Hollywood Studios. So it's just pretty cool, the fact that they're really going forward with this. There's even like a premium package that you can buy and get preferential seating and things like that. So check all that stuff out. And being that it has been out for 1 week, there are videos of that as well. Be sure to check out all my favorite sites. allears.net, touringplans.com. www.magic.com is another really good one. They have a lot of video and stuff on there. Or just check it out here on YouTube. YouTube is apparently 15 years old now, so check it out. Check all the stuff here on YouTube, and you'll see all the good stuff that is happening with the Frozen Summer Fun. shows and stuff like that. So it's just really good stuff to see. Disney has open reservations for the 2014 Candlelight Processional, part of the holidays around the world at Epcot. Candlelight Processional dining packages start at $35 for lunch and $50 for dinner for adults, and include a meal at an Epcot restaurant and a guaranteed seat for one of the Candlelight Processional performances and prearranged fireworks viewing. That's really cool. It's some of the restaurants are partaking in this. You can check out more information, www.magic.com. The link is below. You should be able to check all the restaurants and pick out which one you would like if you're so inclined to join the Candlelight Processional. And finally, the Walt Disney World Railroad is currently scheduled to be closed for a refurbishment later this year. The closure begins on September 28th through to November 8th, reopening to guests on November 9th. Emails being sent to guests who had booked the Disney's Behind Our Steam Trains tour indicate that closure is due to unforeseen track maintenance. So I guess they found something on the track and they figure they need to address it. So I don't know. So yeah, that's the news for this week. Let's get right to the reviews. Alright everybody, this is Jamboree July. This is something that I'm thinking of trying to enable. So we're going to try it this month and see what goes on. Jamboree July, where I talk about all different types of I wouldn't say obscure shows, but the shows that aren't the main fireworks, or the like older shows that have been extinct but were part of like the stage shows and things like that. And also, parades and other different fireworks shows that maybe only were there for like a month or two. As you can see by the two that I'm doing today, one is maybe something you might not have even known was something to behold, and the other one is a is a parade show that isn't there anymore. So I'm trying to breach some some bridges here, and we'll see what's going on. But anyway, the first thing I want to talk to you about today is SpectroMagic. Now you're probably wondering, Nick, you've talked about this already. This is something we know you love and everything. Well, I found out this over the past couple weeks that SpectroMagic is officially done. I can't say that I'm surprised, and I'm not really that upset. I was just kind of always hoping that there was, a little bit of a chance that they might bring it back, because it is my favorite parade that Disney has put together, even more than this, the Main Street Electrical Parade and all that stuff, and it's pretty much the same thing, but it just holds a special place to me in my heart, and I'll talk to you about that later. Now, this opened originally in 1991. And then closed in 1999. It was the Disney World version of the Main Street Electrical Parade. The Main Street Electrical Parade was pretty much a Disneyland thing. And then all of a sudden in 2001 they brought the Main Street, or from 1999 to 2001 they brought the Main Street Electrical Parade back for like a limited time sort of thing. I guess to see how it would do. And then they brought the SpectraMagic back from 2001 to 2010, and then in 2010 they finally eliminated it and brought over the Main Street Electrical Parade, which is the current nighttime parade for Disney World and Disneyland. It's the nighttime parade. It's really cool, with all the lights and everything. Obviously different music and different floats and whatnot. And the SpectraMagic parade was essentially the same thing, just with with different music and different floats. I can't really say that. I mean, if you were to look at the two, unless you were somebody that knew the parades in and out, you'd be like, oh, well, they kind of are the same thing, right? Well, it's not. They're not really the same. But I could see where you would get confused. Now, the music for this show, SpectraMagic, was done by film composer John Debney. He created, he created that, that song. It's called "On This Magic Night." On this magic night, Now this parade actually has gone through a couple different changes. In particular, when they brought it back, when they switched it to the Main Street Electrical Parade, and then they brought it back, a couple of design things changed. The SpectroMagic people had different heads and whatnot. The genie replaced Roger Rabbit as the conductor of the parade. Sebastian and a bubble system were added to the King Triton float, which was really nice. And then Jiminy Cricket was added to the finale. He's right at the end. And that was the one that I saw, the one that really I really appreciated. And again, I'm talking about this only because they did officially say that this parade is done. All the stuff, all the floats had been dismantled, and there's only a couple things now saved for posterity purposes. But as far as it all goes, the actual floats are all gone. But the reason why I like this so much is because this was one of the first things that I remember that got me back into Disney back when I went down in 2006 with my dad and my family, or my brothers rather. And I'll tell you the story. I've told it many times, but I want to say it officially right now. When we went down in 2006, that day we had arrived, we ate, and then we went to our room to take a nap. We had traveling all day. We were tired. When I woke up, I was not feeling too good. Whatever I'd eaten before either wasn't working. I should not. I always say that they always say you shouldn't sleep right after you eat, and sure enough, that's exactly what I did, and I was not having good times. There was a rumbly in my tumbly, if you know what I mean. I really didn't want to go to the park that day, or that night. We had gotten up around 4, and we were like, okay, let's just go to the park, see a couple things. And so we got there slowly. We go to the parks, and we were enjoying everything. It was like the first time I had seen the castle since I was a kid, and again, it really, that didn't hit me. The whole castle thing didn't hit me. I still was not feeling too good. I was like, oh, this is nice. Oh, this is cool. Hey, let's go over here. And we did Phantasmic and I'm sorry, not Phantasmic, PhilharMagic, and I think we did one other one, like Winnie the Pooh or Small World or something. And I wanted to go to Pirates of the Caribbean, so we decided to go through, and we were cutting through Liberty Square and going through Frontierland to get to Adventureland. And at that time, the first SpectraMagic parade was going on. And if you know anything about Disney parade routes, you cannot cut through a Disney parade. We were on the wrong side, let's just say, of the Disney parade. There was no way for us to cross the parade line. So we're at the, we're at Frontierland. We're on the little boardwalk dock station, section, and we're just kind of just chilling. And I'm really upset because I can't get across. I have to wait for this stupid parade to to finish. And my dad just said, "All right, well, let's just sit here and watch it then." So we settled down. We were just sitting on the things and or leaning against the railings. And sure enough, I started getting into the parade because if you've seen the the SpectraMagic parade, it's with all the lights and the floats, and Disney really did it up. This was my first experience back into Disney, especially Disney parks, since I was a kid, and now I can officially see it and appreciate it more than I would when if I was a 12-year-old. So I'm watching the parade, and it's a cool, crisp night. There's a breeze blowing. It's nice. I'm with my brothers and my dad. And I'm like, wow, this is a really cool moment. This is really neat. I kind of had this weird moment of clarity. My stomach wasn't hurting anymore. And I was watching this great parade and, humming the tune and everything. And eventually the parade wrapped up, and we went on about and did our stuff. And I really didn't think that much of it. On our last day there, I was getting some Disney CDs. I got the the Happiest Celebration on Earth CD because I wanted, theme park stuff and to remind me of our trip down there. And then I saw the SpectraMagic CD, and I got it. I was like, okay, sure, why not? And it wound up being one of the best buys because on the way home I kept humming the SpectraMagic theme in my head and reliving that thing and really reliving our great time down in Disney World. And I gained a new appreciation for it, and that was really what got me interested in doing this show and just talking to people about it. All my footage that I took during that thing was erased because of my father's terrible camera. I actually did take footage, but it didn't, it all didn't come out. But I think it was just one of those magic times, and that should have been experienced rather than just focus on recording. And that's the tough thing when going down to Disney World and or over to Disneyland for me, is that I want to experience as much as I can without looking through a viewfinder, because experiencing it with your own two eyes, versus having this halfway man here for you, in the form of a camera, is something that I need to address in my time there. But I was happy that that the SpectraMagic parade was there to help me get me back into Disney World and its and all of Disney's stuff, and it's definitely one of the things that I remember most during my time down in Disney. For other people, it might be getting on Small World for the first time, or seeing Pirates of the Caribbean, or seeing the fireworks. For me, it was the SpectraMagic parade on that night with those people that got me back into Disney, and that's why I just wanted to talk to you guys about it and remind you that the SpectraMagic parade, it was a great parade, and if you can go back and watch it, I have footage, and there's footage all over YouTube and whatnot. So definitely check out the SpectraMagic parade. So what am I going to give the SpectraMagic parade? 5 big stars. It's one of my all-time favorites, and I just wanted to mention it because it is. I just found out that it is being completely dismantled, and I just wanted to give it a final goodbye from me. And so cool. SpectraMagic parade, 5 stars. Check it out now on YouTube because it's history. Alright guys, the next thing I want to review is an official Jamboree July review sort of thing. It's a type of attraction that would be I would consider for this month. It's the Frontierland Hoedown Happening that happens in Frontierland in the Magic Kingdom. Now, this is a type of show that really you can't really pinpoint when it started or how it's changed or when it changed, and there's no definitive dates on this thing, because this was a type of show that has been going on for so long in Disney World that I guess you could say it started at when Disney thought it all up. When Disney was creating Disneyland and Disney World, he always strived for realism, and when he was coming up with the ideas for the different sections of the parks, he wanted different things to happen during those sections that would make it seem make the place seem a little bit more spontaneous and a little bit more real. It would add a sense of realism to it. And one of the things that I'm not sure if he came up with it or other people came up with it, to help further that, was this Frontierland Hoedown sort of thing, where stuff would happen, whether it be a fight or people breaking out into song, that would kind of get people going and believing it's really is the Old West. You can pretty much find this in Frontierland right around the Pecos Bills Tall Tale Inn area, or around the Country Bear Jamboree area. And actually, it can be found on the times, guys. If you actually look, they'll actually tell you now the times that these happenings might occur. Now, like I said, this has gone through many forms over the years, from fights and other things to what it is now, when they brought it back and they wanted to make it kind of more spontaneous. So what happens is you got a guy who's working at the the souvenir stand, and all of a sudden he starts breaking out into a dance, and then he starts dancing, then 2 other people come over, then 4 other people come over, and eventually all the different characters from from Splash Mountain or the Country Bears come out. Brer Rabbit's out there, Brer Fox and Brer Bear out there, and they're having a good time singing and dancing these different songs. And they try to get everybody into it, and other people dancing, and occasionally they'll break out into a mini parade and things like that. And it's just supposed to be kind of a happening, like one of those spontaneous sort of things that you see on the internet when you got like a group of people dancing and then all of a sudden everybody else gets in and they're all having a good time. So they're trying to make trying to keep the randomness in Frontierland or in Disney World to help people enjoy themselves a little more. I was watching an interview where some guy was saying he remembered the Hoedown or the Frontierland Hoedown Happening when he was a kid, and then all of a sudden it disappeared, and he was happy to see it back. And that's kind of what they were going for. Something that seems like it's random, like it's a random occurrence, but it actually is happening, at a strict certain time, and they want to change it up and keep it evolving to keep it fresh. So overall, it's pretty neat. And once the fun is over, they go back to work and go back to what they were normally doing. And it was a cool thing. There's tons of video of it on YouTube and whatnot, and it's really great to watch. And it seems pretty fun. I'm not sure if it's exactly something I would stop for, but if I had the time, yeah, I'd stop to see it, and I might even want to dance in with them, because File91 needs a dancer. Not sure if you knew that. I boogie. Yeah, buddy. I boogie. That's not how I dance. I dance a lot better than that. But no, it definitely seems like something I would, I'd be down to have fun with, and I know my brother would too, because that'd be kind of hilarious. But you dance with all the different the characters, and I think that's a cool little thing. It feels spontaneous, and if it seems spontaneous to certain people, then they've done their job. So overall, it's a pretty cool thing. So what am I going to give the Frontierland Hoedown Happening at Disney's Magic Kingdom? Sorry, in Frontierland. I'll give it 3 stars. It's something that you could, you might want to stop for, but if not, you're not really missing too much. It's pretty cool that they, put time and effort into making these things seem random. And overall, I just think it's, it's a pretty neat thing. And and to find out that it's evolved from other things, in the past years, it's cool. It has that tie-in with Disney history that I like so much. So very, very cool stuff. The Frontierland Hoedown Happening at Disney's Magic Kingdom. 3 stars. Check it out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Disney News and Review. Not the best show in the world, but I'm still getting there. My mind's on other things. I'm working on getting to Disneyland, and I've got so much other stuff going on. But I always have time for you guys. So I try to carve out a little bit of a File91e time for you. That's what I'm here for. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I want people to go down to Disney World and enjoy the the spontaneous shows that you have, and to go online and check out all the old shows that you gave us, and such as the SpectroMagic parade and all that stuff. It's just really cool stuff, and you guys have a lot of talent working with you, and it's just awesome. And if you are going down to Disney World, be sure to go to allersnet, touringplans.com, wdwmagic.com for our latest and greatest Disney news. WaltDisneyWorld.com is good too, straight from the horse's mouth. They have everything you'll ever need. I called them last week, and they're great. They're a wealth of information. Check out passporter.com too. They have a great book/website thing. Really, really good stuff. So yeah, I'll be back next week. I'm not planning on being sick, and hopefully next week I'll have some more fun July Jamboree stuff. So if you have anything you want to request for July Jamboree, hit me up, and we'll see if it makes it onto the show. So you guys got last week's pretty easy, or last time's pretty easy. Let's get it this week, guys. I'll see you next time, and where in the world am I this week? Bye, guys.